Unleashing Your Inner Potential, the Stoics' Guide to Mastering Your Mindset. What if I told you that the single greatest obstacle standing between you and your full potential isn't your circumstances, your resources, or even your abilities, but simply the way you think? Imagine being completely unshaken by life's chaos. Picture yourself calmly navigating challenges that once seemed overwhelming. Envision having the mental clarity to identify exactly what matters and the discipline to pursue it relentlessly. This isn't some fantasy. This is the promise of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that's helping millions reclaim control of their minds and unlock capabilities they never knew they possessed. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to harness these timeless principles to unleash your own extraordinary potential. Before we dive in, let's be honest about what's really holding most of us back. We live in a world that constantly pulls our attention in 1,000 different directions. We're encouraged to react emotionally to everything, making us victims of our own feelings. We're constantly comparing ourselves to others, creating a perpetual sense of inadequacy. And perhaps worst of all, we waste precious energy obsessing over things entirely outside our control. The result? Mental fog, emotional exhaustion, paralyzing self-doubt, and the crushing feeling that we're capable of so much more, if only we could get out of our own way. Stoicism offers a radical alternative, not just a philosophy, but a complete operating system for your mind. One that's been battle-tested for over 2,000 years by everyone from Roman emperors to modern CEOs, elite athletes, and some of the world's most resilient individuals. The philosophical foundation. At the core of Stoic philosophy is what Marcus Aurelius called the inner citadel, the fortress within your mind that remains impenetrable regardless of external chaos. Unlike the Buddhists who seek to eliminate desire, or the hedonists who pursue pleasure above all else, the Stoics recognized something profound. True power comes not from controlling the world around you, but from mastering the world within you. This inner fortress is built on a critical distinction that most people never fully grasp: the dichotomy of control. Every single thing in your life falls into one of two categories: things you can control and things you cannot. Your judgments, decisions, and actions belong to you. Everything else, other people's opinions, external events, even many outcomes of your efforts, does not. Most human suffering stems from this confusion. We exhaust ourselves trying to control the uncontrollable, while neglecting the immense power we actually possess over our own minds. When you internalize this distinction, everything changes. Suddenly, you stop bleeding energy into futile battles and redirect it toward the areas where you can make genuine progress. This isn't about passive acceptance. It's about strategic focus. The Stoic doesn't say, "Whatever happens, happens." They say, "I will direct my energy exclusively toward what I can influence, and I will not be disturbed by what I cannot." Practical Stoic exercises. The brilliance of Stoicism lies in its practicality. These aren't just philosophical ideas. They're mental technologies designed to transform how you experience and respond to life. Let's start with negative visualization, or what the Stoics called premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. Unlike modern positive thinking that encourages avoiding negative thoughts, Stoics deliberately contemplated worst-case scenarios. This isn't pessimism, it's psychological preparation. By regularly visualizing obstacles you might face, you accomplish three critical things. First, you reduce the shock when difficulties actually arise. Second, you mentally rehearse effective responses. And third, you generate profound gratitude for what you currently have by imagining its absence. Elite athletes use this exact technique before competitions. They visualize not just success, but every potential setback and how they'll overcome it. This creates mental pathways that allow them to respond automatically when challenges emerge. Another powerful Stoic practice is journaling. When Marcus Aurelius wrote his Meditations, arguably the most famous Stoic text, he wasn't writing for publication. He was engaged in a daily practice of reflection, questioning his own thoughts and behavior. Unlike standard journaling, Stoic reflection follows a specific structure, examining your judgments, identifying where emotions might be clouding your reasoning, challenging your own assumptions, and preparing your mind for future challenges. This isn't just therapeutic, it's a systematic approach to upgrading your thinking. Overcoming mental barriers. Perhaps the most insidious obstacles to our potential are the invisible walls we build in our own minds, our limiting beliefs. These aren't just negative thoughts, they're entire frameworks that constrain what we believe is possible. The Stoics understood that these beliefs arise from flawed judgments about reality. Your mind constantly generates interpretations of events, but these interpretations aren't reality itself. They're stories you tell yourself about reality. Through the Stoic practice of cognitive distancing, you learn to separate raw events from your interpretations of them. When something happens, pause and ask, what is the objective fact here, and what is my judgment about this fact? This simple separation creates a critical space between stimulus and response, a space where your freedom lies. Another powerful Stoic technique for overcoming mental barriers is the view from above. This involves mentally stepping back from your situation and viewing it from a vast cosmic perspective. When you imagine viewing your current challenges from this expanded perspective, two things happen. First, many problems shrink to their true significance. Second, you begin identifying patterns you couldn't see when you were mentally too close to the situation. This expanded awareness is crucial for breaking through limited thinking. Emotional mastery and performance. Contrary to popular belief, Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions, it's about understanding their true nature. The Stoics recognize that emotions aren't simply feelings that happen to you, they're the direct result of your judgments. When you label something as bad, you generate negative emotions. When you label something as good, you generate positive emotions. These judgments happen so quickly that they feel automatic, but they're not. They're interpretations you've been conditioned to make, and they can be changed. This understanding transforms emotional reactivity into emotional mastery. Instead of being hijacked by emotions, you recognize them as signals about your thinking. Anger isn't caused by what someone did. It's caused by your judgment that what they did was wrong and important. Change the judgment, and you change the emotion. This mastery creates the perfect conditions for what modern psychologists call flow state, that condition of peak performance where challenge and skill align perfectly. The Stoic mind, free from emotional turbulence and focused exclusively on what it can control, enters this state more readily than minds clouded by anxiety, anger, or fear. Elite performers across disciplines, from athletes to executives to artists, describe achieving their greatest accomplishments in this state of focused calm. Stoicism provides a direct path to cultivating this mental condition consistently. Daily Stoic routines. Transformation doesn't happen in moments of inspiration. It happens through consistent daily practice. The Stoics understood this, developing powerful routines that, when followed consistently, rewire your entire mental operating system. The Stoic morning routine begins before you even open your eyes. As you wake, you prepare your mind for the day ahead by mentally rehearsing potential challenges and affirming your commitment to responding with virtue. This primes your attention to notice opportunities for growth throughout the day. Seneca recommended beginning each day with a simple question: what remains to be done? This creates immediate, purposeful focus. Marcus Aurelius began his days reminding himself that he would encounter difficult people, not because they intended harm, but because they didn't understand their own nature. This preparation prevented reactivity when challenges inevitably arose. Equally important is the evening review, a structured reflection on your day that accelerates growth. Unlike general reflection, the Stoic evening review follows a specific pattern. What did I do well today? Where did I fail to live according to my principles? What could I have done differently? What lessons can I extract from today's experiences? How will I implement these lessons tomorrow? This isn't just reflection, it's deliberate practice for your mind, creating a feedback loop that ensures continuous growth. Finding purpose through Stoic principles. Perhaps the most profound contribution of Stoicism to unleashing potential is its approach to purpose. Unlike modern advice that tells you to follow your passion, Stoicism offers a more nuanced path. The Stoics believed in living according to nature, both human nature broadly and your specific nature as an individual. This means identifying your unique combination of talents and virtues, then deploying them in service of something greater than yourself. The Stoic philosopher Heracles described expanding circles of concern, moving from self to family, to community, to humanity. True purpose in the Stoic view involves aligning your unique capabilities with the needs of these expanding circles. This approach solves the purpose paradox that plagues so many today. When you focus exclusively on self-fulfillment, meaning remains elusive. When you orient yourself toward contribution, fulfillment naturally follows. A powerful Stoic practice for clarifying purpose is memento mori, the remembrance of death. By regularly contemplating your mortality, you gain extraordinary clarity about what truly matters. This isn't morbid, it's profoundly liberating. When you acknowledge the limited nature of your time, priorities clarify instantly. Trivial concerns fall away. The path that aligns with your deepest values becomes unmistakable. Implementation strategies. Now that we've explored these principles, let's get practical. Here's your step-by-step guide to implementing Stoicism to unleash your potential. Strategy 1. The morning mindset reset. Start each day with a 5-minute practice. 1. Remind yourself of the dichotomy of control. 2. Visualize potential challenges and your ideal response. 3. Review your core values and how you'll express them today. Practice gratitude for what you currently have. 5. Set your primary intention for the day. This simple ritual primes your mind for Stoic thinking throughout the day. Strategy 2. The Stoic trigger response. Identify your emotional triggers, the situations that regularly disturb your tranquility. For each trigger, create a specific Stoic response. 1. Pause and breathe, creating space between stimulus and response. 2. Name the judgment causing your emotion. Third question, the judgment. Is this within my control? Is this judgment necessary? 4. Replace with a more useful perspective. With practice, this response becomes automatic, transforming situations that once derailed you into opportunities for growth. Strategy 3. The Virtue Focus Framework. Instead of setting outcome-based goals, focus on virtue-based actions. The Stoics identified 4 core virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. For any project or challenge, ask, how can I apply wisdom to this situation? Where is courage required? What is the just or fair approach? How can I practice moderation and self-discipline? This shifts focus from results you can't entirely control to actions entirely within your power. Strategy 4. Strategic negative visualization. Schedule a weekly practice of negative visualization. 1. Identify an area where you feel anxiety or attachment. 2. Vividly imagine losing or failing in this area. 3. Explore how you would respond with virtue if this happened. Notice what this reveals about your values. 5. Return to the present with renewed perspective. This practice builds psychological resilience while reducing unhealthy attachments. Strategy 5. The Evening Reflection Protocol. End each day with structured reflection. 1. What did I do well today in terms of controlling my judgments? 2. Where did my thinking lead me astray? 3. What person or situation tested me, and how did I respond? 4. What specific action will I take tomorrow based on today's lessons? Document this reflection, creating a personal handbook of wisdom over time. What we've explored today isn't just another self-help technique or temporary motivation boost. It's a complete philosophy of life that has guided some of history's most remarkable individuals through challenges far greater than most of us will ever face. The beauty of Stoicism lies in its simplicity and power. It doesn't require special resources, ideal circumstances, or extraordinary talent. It requires only your commitment to working with the one thing that is always within your control, your mind. The transformation isn't instantaneous. Like any profound change, it happens gradually through consistent practice. There will be days when ancient wisdom seems out of reach, when emotions override philosophy, when old patterns reassert themselves. This isn't failure, it's simply part of the practice. What matters is that you return to these principles again and again, allowing them to gradually reshape how you interpret and respond to life. With time, what begins as conscious effort becomes second nature. The inner citadel grows stronger, your capacity expands, and possibilities that once seemed remote come within reach. Remember what Epictetus, once a slave who became one of history's greatest philosophers, taught. Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens. Your potential has always been there, waiting. The Stoic path simply clears away what stands between you and its full expression. If you found value in today's exploration, remember that the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell aren't just social media conventions. They're ways of ensuring that wisdom that has endured for thousands of years continues to reach those who need it most. Thank you for your attention, the most valuable resource you possess. Until next time, remember, the door to your potential has always been unlocked. Stoicism simply shows you how to walk through it.